Hello, my name's Jenna, and I've been guided to share my messages, share the messages I receive from the Divine for well over 2 years now. However, I've never had the courage to do it until now, so please show some love. Please like, share, comment. Keep the energy positive, please. I know a lot of readers generally relay messages based on zodiac sign. However, I've never really been able to read that way. My messages usually come when they're general. When I do a general type reading, usually comes forward in the cards who they're intended for. So we'll see what comes out today. Energy aligned. Please allow me to be a clear, positive, bright message relayer to the general public. Please allow my messages, the messages that I receive, to make it to those who need them the most. I thank my guides, my angels, the Divine, for allowing me to read for those who need to receive. I will try to include any information that is requested either in the comments or that I remember later on in the drop box below. If you'd like a personal reading, please reach out to me. And let's see what comes forward today. I just want to tune in for a moment. We have the Three of Pentacles. So the messages that come forth in this reading are going to be for anyone who's looking to work in a team environment, is looking for a teamwork situation, is struggling with a teamwork situation. The Three of Pentacles is all about, well, it's earth energy, it's grounded, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's an energy of, if I don't have the answer, someone I'm working with will have an answer. If they don't have an answer, we'll work together to find an answer to whatever problem we face. So we'll see what comes out here. At the end of this reading, I will be doing an I Ching message with a I Ching deck. It's a little bit different than typical standard or well-known historical I Ching, but I find them to be very insightful. I find them to be very relative to the message that comes forward in the tarot. So stay tuned for that as well. You may receive all of the messages that you need in that portion of the reading alone. So, right. Three of Pentacles. So, first card, the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is looking into the future, waiting for your ships to come in. In the reverse, I would say that you probably feel as if this is past due, like you've been waiting, you've been creative, you've been working on a situation, you've been trying to form this teamwork in a situation in your life, whether at work, at home, or just in the general public. You've been working towards this and feel as if maybe it's taking a little longer than it should for those ships to actually dock. On your mind, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is usually Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. The Queen of Cups is the utmost loving, understanding, and caring individual. She is confident in her ability to love and be loved, and she's able to communicate this easily and without reservation. In the heart space, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So I feel like there's a situation where you are mentally, physically, financially maybe even, prepared to give all of this love to someone, and you may have been waiting for them to come into your life, the right person, the right situation, the right timing even. And in your heart you may be feeling discouraged, as if this partnership is never going to show up, or if the other person may be reluctant. May be reluctant on meeting you halfway and showing this universal love. I apologize for my dog, it's mail time. The person, hey, come here. The person that's in your heart that you're thinking of, or that is soon to be coming into your life, is represented by the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles twice in a reading. Anything that shows up twice in a reading for me is of significance. So someone else is also looking for an opportunity to share, to be part of this team, to do this teamwork, to show up and for you and with you in your life. And on their mind is the Three of Cups. Celebration, victory in a circumstance where teamwork is involved. This is usually some form of reconciliation. They have on their mind definitely teamwork, wanting to meet you halfway. It may just be a matter of time, and you may feel like this is taking too long, but they feel like it's coming, it's here. They're on the same page as you. I'm not sure what the obstacle then is. Maybe space between you. You may not live in the same place. Maybe distance between you with that Three of Wands there, especially in the reverse. In their heart space, Six of Pentacles in reverse. So the issue between you may have been a lack of reciprocity, a lack of give and take here, especially financially with the Pentacles in the reverse. So in their heart space, they either feel like you're not willing to give as well as receive, or vice versa. Maybe that they're actually not willing to give as much as they're willing to receive. And that may be what the issue between you is. This lack of reciprocity. The energy between you. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is very confident in her ability to be passionate. We have two queens here. The passionate queen and the Queen of Heart space herself. So between you there is a passion to be shared. I love that she's in the upright. She's very sure of herself, confident. She looks good, she feels good. She's at the right place at the right time. She knows how to give and take. She stands in her power. So maybe I feel like there's sort of a face-off here as to, it may be that this was a relationship that in the past did not work due to lack of reciprocity. It may be that there was a third party also involved. We've got 2 queens here. And a lot of 3s. So that may be causing the instability, this 2 of Cups to be in reverse, and the 6 of Pentacles to be in reverse. It may be that this person did not reciprocate in the past, and therefore there's sort of a standoff as to who's going to make the first move, who's going to be the one who's able to give forth all this love and passion first, and just trust in their heart that the other person will reciprocate. I hope that makes sense. Your potential next step forward is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Not wanting to put in the hard work, not wanting to put forth any more energy into this relationship. This is what I'm talking about the not wanting to make the first step to, for example, if there was a lack of reciprocity in the past, you may be unwilling or very guarded as far as financially giving to this other person, and due to a fear of them not reciprocating if you were in need. Let's say, for example, in the past this person needed something and you were forthcoming with helping them financially, but then when the tables were turned, they were not there for you in the same type of way. That may now be leading you to not want to put forth any work into the situation because they burned you in the past. Their potential next step forward is Death in the reverse, Scorpio energy. They definitely aren't going to let go. They want this situation to move forward. They're not going to just give up, that's for sure. The divine message is the 5 of Wands in reverse. There's a need to stop with the standoff, stop with the fighting, stop with the bickering, petty arguments, not cooperating. So the divine is definitely telling you that the lack of working together has to stop in order for this to move forward. If things do not change, if nobody changes their ways in this situation, what is the potential outcome? We have the King of Swords in the upright. The King of Swords is very decisive. He's clear about what he wants and where he's going, but he's cold. He's the coldest of the kings. It's not that he's not passionate, it's not that he doesn't have the love to give, but he sort of keeps it to himself. He doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He keeps his armor on. He's just the coldest of the kings. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So if nobody decides to either give up and move on or put forth the work needed, I feel like with the Queen of Cups, definitely show the love, then really this situation is only going to move forward with clarity, but a certain coldness. The King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, while a good match, they're lacking the cup. They're lacking the reciprocity, the ability to work together. It's almost like the stubbornness. There's a certain amount of stubbornness here that would make any relationship sort of difficult. So something to keep in mind. If you want the relationship to move forward, I strongly suggest not holding back, and there's a certain amount of needing to let the past go. That's the other thing with the Death in reverse. There's a lack of not letting go of a past situation or a past circumstance that may have driven you apart in the first place. So let's see what the I Ching message is. and advice. Definitely a wonderful source of advice with these. This one definitely. Joyous. Hush. Happiness, delight, interaction, open communication, goodwill, friendly persuasion, and self-expression. I feel like that's right in tune with what's going on here. So the joyous. The joyous. When your cup is overflowing, why try to contain it? Feel free to feel good and spread the goodwill around. There is great pleasure to be had now by sharing your good feelings and supporting others. This is an opportunity to magnify a winning situation. There is support for whatever you hope to accomplish, and your positivity can have a strengthening, vitalizing influence on others. So don't limit your vision or withhold your expressions of goodwill, as this is the time for realizing your long-held dreams. Miracles really are possible when you let your heart and imagination flow freely. The way is open to move toward achieving something of real value in your life. Joy is powerful. It transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. It also heightens the feeling of being alive, and the more you share it, the more it enriches your surroundings. It is in the music of laughter and the pleasure of touching and being touched by the beauty and sweetness of life. Freely respond to the tune by sharing your delight with everyone around you, even with the moon and stars. The infectious quality of laughter can transform even the gloomiest situation. Laughter is restorative and clears the air by rejuvenating vital energy so that it can flow again. It nourishes mind, body, and spirit. It creates a light-hearted bond between people. Breakthroughs and fresh insights arise much more readily in a relaxed, open atmosphere where freedom of expression is respected. Opening in trust is more than enough to stimulate joy. A spirit of trust promotes camaraderie and equality. To communicate openly and listen willingly to the expressions of others sets an uplifting tone. We always feel liberated when our contribution is acknowledged. Hear what those around you have to say. Leave room for their individual idiosyncrasies as well as your own. Avoid trying to manipulate the proceedings by forcing your opinion on others. Don't be intimidated by joyousness. It's not something to be embarrassed about, so allow it to suffuse every fiber of your being. It is transforming by being uplifting and can soften even the hardest heart. The more joy is circulated, the stronger its fragrance becomes. Joyousness is not naivety. Joyousness is not being naive. It is the outward expression of a free spirit, of innocence and purity, of the inner smile. Because joyousness bubbles up from within, it is not dependent on an external circumstance, nor does it need recognition or gratification. The fragrance of delight subtly permeates all that comes in contact with it, and as the old song says, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Life is inviting you to stimulate and inspire, to spread the goodness. Under these auspicious circumstances, you can't help but do so. Okay, so with that message, we're going to see if there's any changes. If there's any additional messages that come forth with this card. Okay. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. Line 6. Nope, no changes. So, I hope that this message helped. I hope that it reaches whoever needs it. I hope that you'll join me for another reading. And if you have any comments, please leave them down below. I look forward to any feedback that you have to share. And again, live with light and love.